Hi, it's me again.
Who cares?
And today we're going to be doing a restoration on a Bubblecut Barbie. Now I'm going back through my video catalog and I'm going to be doing some of my earliest restoration videos now that I have a better grip of how to create the video and how to show exactly what's needed and it be on the right angle.
We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
I would like to revisit some of those earlier restorations that I did, so that way we can see it all in a new format.
Okay, whatever that means.
If you like these kinds of videos, leave a like down below. Let me know how you're doing by leaving a comment. And without further much ado, let's get into this restoration.
If you were Barbie, the glamorous teenage fashion model doll by Mattel, you would have a fabulous wardrobe created for you by Mattel's famous designers. Like this spectacular form-fitted evening gown, handcrafted with exquisite detailing. Zippers that really work. Rich satin linings. Matched accessories in minutest detail. Perfect workmanship in every beautiful costume. Always the newest, most elegant style. Only Barbie has such a magnificent wardrobe, such a variety of hairstyles and colors. And only the genuine Barbie has this very special tag to tell you that she's the one and only Barbie. If you were Barbie, you'd insist on the best. And Barbie is the best, made only by Mattel. Just $3 wherever dolls are sold. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
In today's video, we are going to be restoring this 1961 first edition Bubblecut Barbie. Now this Barbie has clearly seen better days. She's got a greasy face. She's pretty dirty. And, you know, she's got some paint rubs here and there. That hair, which used to be blonde, is now this brassy tone, and it's very dirty. Her body, like you can see, like where the oil from the vinyl has leached down to the torso. We have a very early 1960s Barbie body, and she must have been stored somewhere hot and kind of like in an uncomfortable position because her arm is permanently poised a little bit differently than what they would have been, but we can fix that also. And of course, like you can just see like to where the foot is, just like how dirty and filthy she is. But this is common, like how you find Barbies from this time period. And I mean, she's got good bones. And what I mean by that is like she's got no rips, no tears, no bites, no missing fingers. Both eyebrows are still there. Like all around, I think she's going to turn out really good.
You want a bet?
And even though she might not be the most shocking transformation, she's definitely, hopefully, going to be one of my favorites.
Are you sure?
So let's go ahead and start giving her a bath. Okay, so I've got my warm water in my sink and I'm ready to submerge the Barbie. So we're just going to submerge her in, get her damp, taking dish soap, rubbing it all over her. Making sure you get every nook and cranny because this Barbie doll, I don't know if she's ever been clean, but you can tell that she has been loved in her life, which is good. I know a lot of times collectors, like they don't like it whenever their dolls are played with, but like that's their purpose, you guys, you know? And maybe it's because I love Toy Story and I like to think that these toys like have some sort of soul and spirit attachment due to like the children playing with them and putting their energy, hopes, and dreams into them. But like, if your doll was played with, that's a good thing. That means she fulfilled her purpose.
Nothing like it.
So now that she has all kinds of soap on her, I'm going to go in with a wet toothbrush and do my baking soda method. And we're just going to dab that on where we think we may need it, which will be all over this doll. But the difference this baking soda will make to this vinyl is actually quite shocking and quite remarkable. I'm actually quite excited to see what she looks like all clean. Make sure to do a good job to go around the arms and the hands, getting in between the fingers. A lot of dirt likes to be stored in those nooks and crannies. You don't want to do it really rough because she already has chipped paint and her vinyl is pretty oily right now. But you can do it pretty loosely. Gonna get in between the eyes. If you feel like you're just scrubbing soap and you need more baking soda, always go back in and grab some more, especially for the legs. The legs can be the hardest to get dirt off of, and it may take you multiple tries to do so. And really what it's doing, it's acting as an abrasive. Some legs that you should not try this on are painted legs. If you've got a Barbie with painted legs, for some reason Mattel did paint them. Probably wasn't the right shade that they were looking for. Might have even came out looking kind of translucent. At this time, they were doing a lot of things with plastics, and they were testing out the waters to see what they can get away with, aka why the vinyl on these early bubble cuts in 1961 ponytails leaches, because they were revising their process for making Barbie to make it a little bit cheaper, more cost effective, as well as making it more user-friendly for children. Try to go in deep into the hairline as well. I know it's really hard with bubble cuts because their hair can be very matted, but make sure that you try your best. You can see the dirt coming off on my hand. There she is. Ooh, girl. Look at that. Difference between the legs. She's pretty clean. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this water. I'm going to wash her with some clean water. Okay, we're going to do one more round of dish soap. Once your Barbie doll is doused in dish soap again, wash your toothbrush off with clean water and go back in. Get in between those crannies with the soap. What we're doing now is we're getting off any excess baking soda. We don't want any baking soda on this Barbie whatsoever, because when it dries, it gets white and crusty. Now I'm actually just going to abrasively just scrub the head where the hair is. Just make sure I'm getting all that soap down in there. And now your Barbie is all clean. Her hair is still a nightmare, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some conditioner. And I like to use the conditioner that has the word moisture in it. Usually a good sign. Okay, I'm going to take a wide tooth comb, just start brushing through that conditioner and brushing out her hair. With these tighter bubble cuts, you kind of tend to not want to, because their hair is really set in place usually, but her original owner, I could tell, would play hairstylist with her a lot and change around her bubble. All right, so let's wash it off. And there we go. This Barbie's already starting to look better. So now we are going to do a boil wash. So I'm going to get some boiling water right here. And I'm going to stick her hair in there. And we're also going to use this boiling water to make her arm bounce back into formation. But the reason I'm using boiling water right now, that is just to relax the hair. And on my comb, it looks like I still have some conditioner, which could be good. Usually with bubble cuts, I take boiling water, and I tend to see if the curls will bounce back into formation, but it looks like the curls on this doll are going to have to be recurled.
God, how awful!
Now with that same boiling water, I'm going to put both arms up, like so. And I'm going to take the boiling water, and I'm just going to dunk this arm in. And we'll see if it bounces back into formation.
Eventually.
And look at that, it did. This trick also works on Barbie's legs, especially if they are splayed. I personally don't mind the look, but sometimes the look can be pretty jarring. So it's time to do this Bubblecut's hair, and I'm going to try to find my problem areas. And those are going to be the areas where I feel like the hair needs to be manipulated to go back into style. And I'm just going to choose all of this hair over here. I'm going to take a perm paper I have and fold it right in half. Oh, folks, this is what gets tedious. I'll take a pipe cleaner and curl it under. That's that. So we're going to continue to do that all the way down. So usually it will work best if you do it row by row, but Bubblecuts are really thickly rooted. So you could skip a step and you could just do like a massive curl and then fluff it out later. Sometimes it's all about how you style the hair. Like for the back, for instance, I'm going to leave it as is, but I'm going to brush around like so. And we'll find the bulk of the hair. It's right here. But that's going to look nice.
Are you sure?
So I poured boiling water on top of the hair, and I'm just going to slide these curlers off. And now I'm going to blend in and brush. Now she's got this awful cowlick where her hair wants to almost be parted like right here. Let me look. Yeah, I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. But we'll see what can be done about that. So this is going to kind of be hard to show on camera, but basically what I'm going to do to fix her cowlick is I'm going to take the comb and brush it down this way. And I'm going to carefully take the boiling water and pour that onto the hair itself. There we go, see? That's working. Pouring the water on top, and there we go.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Now it is time to give this doll a proper touch-up. Nice little repaint. So the things I'm going to keep original are going to be the eyeshadow and of course that shadow above the eyeshadow. Look at that. Oh, it's stunning. And the eyebrows, obviously, because the rest has been rubbed off. So with this repaint, we are only going to add to what's missing. We are not going to add to what was not there originally. Because to me, like, this needs to be a proper restoration and not a customization. So with that being said, like, even though we've got like some slight fading going on with the eyebrows, I am making the decision, because it's my doll, to leave them original. And not because I don't want to do the eyebrows, but just because I like them the way that they are. It shows her age. If I wanted a mint doll, I would buy a mint doll. I'm just looking to make her look better than what she looks like right now, not make her look completely new, because with a played with doll, that is impossible. It really is. And plus, we have different standards than what a new doll is. I have seen very many of these dolls come across my table, and they're completely original, but they do have some factory flaws. So ideally, what is meant to us is not what really mint is. We need to reset our standards whenever it comes to that in our collection.
I'm so glad we had that talk.
Let's go ahead and get started with our repaint. So I've taken off her head for the purposes of a repaint, and I am going to dilute the paint that I made with a mixture of red and orange. And I'm going to go into the nostrils first. And faintly you can still see where that red once was. I'm not trying to go outside of the line. I'm going to try to add to what was once there. Okay, so with the lips, you're going to want to do something a little bit different. You're going to want to know your history with Barbie lips. So with a 1961 doll, their lips would have been either a little bit more demure or luscious. And I prefer them to be luscious. Usually the luscious lips there are called Lucy lips because they look very similar to Lucille Ball, the way that they are overdrawn and outlined. But you can see an original line of where the lips once stopped right here. And I'm just going to go down and try to map out where these lips once were. And there we go. I'm gonna go down where it looks like it went down. Okay, so bottom lip, dilute the paint some more. Acrylic paint, which is what I'm using, does dry relatively quickly, so you always want to continue to add water. We're going to go for the top lip. Start off more demure and then work your way to the desired lip line. go. Okay, so we have the structure of the lips. If you hear pitter patters, that is just the dogs. Okay, and those look like some nice lips. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to reproduce a stenciled lip. Very difficult to do. Very, very difficult to do with your hand, as these dolls were stenciled and airbrushed originally. It's not impossible work, but it's very difficult work. So if you don't get it right on your first try, don't hate yourself, don't be mean to yourself. Just take a Q-tip like so, either dip it in water if the paint's still wet, rub it off, or if it's red, which usually sometimes smudges, take some rubbing alcohol and just rub it on top of those lips, okay? Give yourself a lot of grace whenever it comes to repainting, especially whenever it comes to lips, eyes, and eyebrows. Now it is time for lash ridges. Again, dilute, dilute, dilute the paint. You don't want any brush strokes. And acrylic paint is very forgiving. Go. One eyelash ridge. And then there we go. And there's the other. And there we have her beautiful face.
She's a woman.
So something that I like to add, and this is just up to you, is I like to add a little bit of blush. So I'm going in with a pink, a red, and a little bit of a sienna brown, getting a little bit on my brush. And I'm going in right on the cheek. Lightly dusting onto the cheek. And it does leave a very beautiful finish to a good job well done. Just a little light dusting is all you need to do. Check that out. Beautiful.
Then do get on with it, please.
A good way to seal the face is you could use a matte sealant. I love using matte sealants. I am going to use a matte varnish. You could also use Mr. Super Clear. But with the matte varnish, I'm going to put a little dollop down on a piece of paper. A little dollop is all you need. I'm going to take my paintbrush, dip it in some water and dilute the sealant. And I'm going to go over the areas that I have painted. Just do a light layer. Go. Lightest layer is truly all you need. And there we are.
When you are Barbie, the teenage fashion model, and it's a special occasion, it may be the senior prom or a glamorous date with Ken, well, the clothes you wear are very special, and you want to feel very special too. So, first thing you do is this. Take a glamorous bubble bath with new Barbie Bubble Bath. You'll love it because it's real bubble bath for a real occasion. For the prettiest bubbles to tickle your nose, make you feel pretty right down to your toes. Before every special occasion, or just whenever you want to feel special, take a tip from Barbie. Take a bubble bath. Every time is a special occasion when it's a Barbie bubble bath. It's real. And did you know? Now there's Barbie shampoo. It makes gobs of lather and it won't sting your eyes. Why not try both? New Barbie shampoo and new Barbie bubble bath. Both from Helene Curtis.
And here we have Barbie all done. We'll do a little 360. This doll is absolutely stunning once again. And check out that beautiful face. And no vintage Barbie is complete without little pearl studs. They're precious. And she is wearing what would have been her original swimsuit, the black and white zebra swimsuit. The 1961 dolls are the only dolls that are bubble cuts that would have had the swimsuit. The other bubble cuts would have had the standard red one-piece swimsuit. Of course, you will have to tell me what you think of this restoration down below. And I hope you find this video useful for all of your restoration endeavors. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this restoration as much as I enjoy doing it for you. This is a Barbie that holds a special place in my heart, so near and dear. So thank you all so much for watching and staying tuned. Stay subscribed because I have some very exciting videos coming your way with the new Barbie makeover. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but most importantly, have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye-bye!
It was the start of the fall semester, and Barbie, the famous teenage fashion model doll by Mattel, made plans for almost every weekend. While the weather was still warm, Barbie and her boyfriend Ken had a picnic. And another weekend, they played tennis in style. And they had a marvelous time at the big football game. They both had exciting new clothes for the fall season. Just right for dates, for school, and for sports. Each outfit that you buy is beautifully designed right down to the smallest detail. And their outfits are all matched and coordinated. You'll love dressing Barbie and Ken for school and fun times. It's almost like going along with them to share their adventures. You can tell the genuine Barbie and Ken dolls by this very special tag. And remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.